and the result is Hello everybody and welcome to day 48 of my S-Type restoration project. After having finished the teardown of the replacement engine during last week's 4-hour live stream, it's now up to measuring the cylinder bores. The replacement V8 is waiting over there, but to adjust the micrometer and my dial bore gauge, I have to use the last remaining workspace here on the other side, where I also had to put the original block to get it out of the way for last time's disassembly. Let's first adjust or calibrate the micrometer. It's a little difficult to get this 100% centered. And yes, it's calibrated to 0 already. I don't have to change anything here. Standard cylinder bore diameter of all the Jaguar HEV8 engines is 86.0 millimeters. So I have to adjust the micrometer exactly to this size. Which means the 86 line has to be fully visible. Now it's up to assembling the dial bore gauge and also setting it to a diameter of 86 millimeters. That means I take this 85 millimeter piece here plus a 1 millimeter washer. Now, so that's now also 86 millimeter roughly, but the fine adjustment has to be done with the micrometer. I have to find a middle position here, which is not all too easy. And as soon the needle does no longer move towards the right side of the 0, which means the measured size is smaller, then it's correctly adjusted. And I guess maybe a little bit more. So this is adjusted correctly. That's now the moment of truth. I start with the number 1 cylinder on the right hand or A bank. I will do 3 measurements, both in this direction and in that direction. And the result is 0. That's a good sign. Do the dry in the middle plus 1.5 hundredths on the top plus 3 hundredths and in the other direction plus 1 plus 1 and on top plus 2. That's okay. Let's try it on the second one. Plus 1. Oh, minus a half, four, plus 5 here on top, in the other direction it's plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, the third cylinder, plus 1, minus 1.5, plus 5 on top, a little bit lower, plus 3, and in the other direction plus 2, plus 2.5, plus 3, the last one on this side, zero, plus 2, plus 3, in the other direction, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3.5 or 4, a little bit further down, plus 4. Let's attempt the B bank. Plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 1, plus 2.5, plus 3, zero, 0, plus 4, a little bit further down, plus 2.5 or plus 3, in this direction, plus 2, plus 2.5 or 3, plus 2, the third one, 0 or 1, This one is plus 300 in the middle. And minus 3 on top. And in this direction plus 2 plus 4 plus 3. The last one, 0 plus 1. Plus 1. Plus 2.5. And in this direction plus 1. Plus 3. Plus 3. For the interpretation of my results, it's important to know that all the bores of this block are grade 2, which means they are 1/100th of a millimeter bigger already from the factory. So all of my measurements must be reduced this 1/100th of a millimeter. Actually, this block isn't as badly worn as my old one was. Maximum oversize is 300 on the cylinders number 2 on the A bank and 3 on the B bank, but it has this issue again with 2 cylinders being under spec, a quite big amount. This is A3 and B3. A3 is 500 below spec and B3 300 below spec. Afterwards I performed the second series of measurements, and it turned out that actually not the whole surface of the 2 undersized cylinders is affected, but only one little spot in each of those, so maybe this can be removed by honing in a professional workshop. However, I've decided to keep going with this block. I'm not sure yet about the pistons. Will I use the ones that came with this block? Will I purchase new ones or even customized pistons? Luckily, I don't have to decide this until next week, because I will first continue rebuilding the CF 6HP26 transmission. See you back then. Goodbye.